I'm at Voxxed Days Bucharest 2018, and I'm really pleased to be joined by my old partner in crime, Stephan Janssen, founder of Devoxxed, co-founder of Voxxed. Welcome. Thanks for joining me on the sofa.
You're welcome.
So you, apart from being here as in your Voxxed Days capacity, I know that you've been talking, you gave a session about something really exciting and close to my heart, which is the next phase of Voxxed.com, VoxxedDays.com, and Devoxxed.com as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So tell us a bit about the project.
So I've been hacking for the last 4 months since Devoxxed Belgium was finished. I had an idea where I wanted to actually import all of the CFP content, which we normally reset after every Devoxx, and basically have like an aggregator where we import the talks, but also the ratings. And so that way we have like one dashboard where we can see all the presentations and all the ratings cross Devoxxed events. So that was like a first objective.
Because this is all fragmented at the moment, isn't it?
It's all fragmented. Every Devoxxed has their own CFP. They don't share that information because it's just they're all on their own island. So that at least already solved that issue. And I had that working very rapidly. I was using JHipster for that, and almost in a matter of a day, maximum 2 days, because I was changing the domain model a bit and so on, I had a working prototype. So I showed the working prototype to you and a few others. And of course, you know, you're very creative. You came immediately, oh, Stephan, yeah, we should do this and that. And after that 1 hour hangout, I already had like a to-do list for another month or so. And
You're
I think,
welcome.
yeah,
You're welcome.
yeah. Well, that's fine. I mean, that's where I'm looking for these synergies and the cross-pollination. And one of the ideas I think it came from you was like, so you're creating events, you're importing the events. We might as well publish the events to Voxxed Days because now we're manually adding that. So that was one thing. It's like, hey, VoxxedDays.com, let's have a manual nice list of all the events. But also like with Voxxed.com, since we need to basically automate what Catherine did in the past. And instead of adding the talks from the different sessions, if we import the talks, and I can actually look up on YouTube where that talk is located, I can add that link from YouTube to that talk, and then we can basically create a Voxxed.com automatically based on Devoxxed and Voxxed Days content, which gets published on YouTube and basically maintained in the CFP. So that was the next phase, is that was very rapid. Well, not rapidly. I had to also make it a nice design and so on, so that it looks good because it was front-facing solution. But basically that was version 2. I think that was around end of December I had that. And then I think the other biggest pain point that we have is that the CFP. CFP is written in Scala, it uses Redis and so on, and every Devoxxed has their own instance. And the problem is that we have like 12 or 13 Voxxed Days. They don't want to use a very heavy Scala application because it's a bit hard to install. You need to configure the event in Scala as well. And this is where we were talking to the Devoxxed Morocco guys, is that they said, well, maybe they can actually create a white label version. And in the administration of the events, you don't only define your event, but you also define your schedule. And I'm using like these nice PrimeNG components, which wraps around full calendar JavaScript components. And basically you're doing a WYSIWYG setup of your event, like when the keynote is taking place, in which rooms, what types, etc. You do that once, and then you say, okay, now create a CFP. And so I'm taking that JSON information, passing it to a Docker image, starting the Docker image, and in less than 15 seconds, you have a CFP running in the cloud, basically.
That's amazing, because beforehand, I mean, I know Nicola did a fantastic job of writing the CFP application in Scala in the first place, but as you say, it's difficult for some people to do. So now from a wizard-based system, we're able to spin up a new CFP instance like that.
Yes.
And that is going to, allow people to use a really amazing CFP tool, which gives so many features for program committee reviewers. Not to mention also the fact that you can start doing what we call the golden ticket initiative, where you also allow people from the community to also put their votes and ratings and reviews for each talk in as well. So that's great. And then that's also got an Angular schedule application dialed into it. So once you've worked out when people are going to talk, and I know there's some stuff that we're talking about on there in terms of automating some of that activity as well.
Yeah, we're working together with Red Hat on OptaPlanner, where it will actually create a schedule for you based on certain parameters you give. So you don't have, because that's always a big puzzle, right? You need to put all the right puzzle pieces on the board. And OptaPlanner will probably do this automated for us. So, and that's the beauty of this conference. So I've been, because like the development was very fast, thanks to Jay Hipster, but the deployment, I'm not a DevOps guy. So deploying it, I was like, sure, it's already Docker. These are already Docker containers, but then we want to have, high availability. I want to be able to do rolling updates, and it became very obvious for me that I have to use Kubernetes. So I've been like in Voxxed Days Bucharest here, I've been following all the different Kubernetes sessions. I have a workshop that I'll follow later this afternoon on Kubernetes. So hopefully that's going to give me enough information to then finally deploy version 1 in production. Yeah. And then, yeah, we've got a long list of to-dos and nice enhancements and other opportunities that we can introduce in this environment.
Yeah, absolutely. And that, by having that, the CFP tool easy to spin up, that creates so much more as well. So ultimately, yeah, the schedule is pushed out in HTML on the website. And then you've got, for instance, a mobile app, which we've worked with the Gluon folks on. And so we'll have a white label version of that we can instantly throw out. And that allows things like sponsor scanning and also attendee peer-to-peer scanning.
Yes.
So QR codes with a bit of information so people can stay in touch on people that they meet at conferences. And then ultimately, any session that's recorded at an event is going to get pushed immediately to Voxxed.com.
Yeah. I mean, the beauty will be is that because it's a franchise model, if there's a user group who wants to join the family, we can actually bootstrap them in less than an hour. They can have the full ecosystem of tools that we've now been working on, have them readily available and join the family. So it really starts to become a nice ecosystem. And the beauty is that we have all these different organizers. They come with new ideas, and we can actually start developing that and create white label versions. So that way, if one idea is implemented, all the DevOpses, all the Voxxed Days will immediately benefit from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm really excited. I mean, I'm really keen on, like, the next couple of months. I'll have lots of fun with other ideas, and I think, well, next couple of years basically.
And if you're an event organizer, and eventually your most cumbersome task is actually just building a website for people to understand what's going to be happening at your event, which is pretty much what's going to happen now with this new tool. Everything else behind the scenes is going to work. Yeah. Then that can only be a great thing.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I'm looking forward to version 3 and 4 and 5 because of all of the ideas that we've talked about, and also all of the ideas we're getting from being at conferences like this.
Absolutely.
People are saying, hey, how about you kind of integrate this and do that? There's some crazy ideas out there.
Really some really cool ideas that we'll be able to add in it, and then gradually, and then I'm really having lots of fun. It's good stuff.
Maybe in the next version of this interview, we'll start talking about image recognition and stuff like that.
Yeah, don't tell too much. I still want to have a few secrets for the next talk I'll give on this.
So if people want to know more about this, I know they can watch your YouTube video from this week, and also then in about 6 weeks from now, you're going to be speaking at DevOps UK with the next iteration of the talk.
Absolutely.
And this is going to constantly evolve. So personally, I can't wait to see the next version at that event. And thanks for joining me on the sofa.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. See ya.